Today on the bench, I want to tie you up the Vampire Leech. It was originally designed by Todd Oishi, and it's a very good leech attractor pattern. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we use a size 6 2x long streamer, some 6/0 black thread to tie with, a 3.5 millimeter chartreuse tungsten bead for the bead, some black marabou for the tail, some olive crystal flash for the tail highlights, and some large black UV estes for the body. So to start the fly off is put the bead on the hook, and again I use the small diameter on the bead towards the eyelet, and I've put on my thread and taken it to the back of the hook. Now the big key here is putting on your tail, and I've taken a marabou feather, and the whole feather, and you can see it's all splayed out. What I like to do is take off the tip. So you'll see this tip at the very top, pull that off. You don't want the tip on there. Pull all the material back together again, measure it up about the length of the hook, and then put that in for your tail. Now the tail's tied in, we're going to put on a couple of tail highlights, and I want 2 on each side. So I've taken 2 strands of my crystal flash. I'm actually going to bring it up underneath the thread, and then pull it down the side of the hook and tie back. So I brought it forward, and I'm just tying that back, and then I'll cut them about the length of the tail. Now that we have the tail and the tail highlights tied in, we're going to tie in the body. And I've peeled off a bit of this material just to get down to the base layer of the fibers here, just so I can wrap in and get a good tie-in for the material, for the body. Bring that thread right back up to your bead, and then start winding the estes forward. And when you do, just keep pulling these fibers back. It's going to form a real bushy body, and that's what we want. And keep pulling them back. And you can use different sizes of estes. This is actually the large, the grand version. I also tie with the medium and the small, but I really like this fly when it's bushy. We want a big attractor pattern. And then once you get to the bead, tie off. And that's it, really. To finish the fly off, I'm going to whip finish, and you have the option to head cement. This pattern, I don't head cement it, but probably good practice to head cement. So there it is, the finished Vampire Leech. Now the big thing is vary the body colors. We can tie this in different estes, and another name is cactus chenille, fritz. All these materials are the same as the body, and try it in different sizes for the body. I've used grand material like the large, so it's quite full body. If you go to the medium or even the small, it makes it a nice thin body. And again, vary the size of the hook. This pattern here though works really good. Great little attractor pattern. To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one shown, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.